Well, technical difficulties. We just now got Isaac going. Okay, I want to welcome everybody to the Village of Ruidoso and the Ruidoso Downs Joint Use Board meeting of the Ruidoso Wastewater Treatment Plant. We'll now call it to order. Roll call, please.
Yes, sir. Mayor Crawford.
Here.
Mayor Holman.
Here.
Okay.
Councilor Cornelius.
Here.
Councilor Jackson.
Here.
Joey Jarvis.
Here.
All right, everybody's here. I want to thank you for joining. I know it's been some time since we've met. I'd like an approval for today's agenda.
Chairman, I move to approve the agenda as presented.
I need a second, please. Okay, somebody. Did someone say something?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please, ma'am, Bertha.
Councilor Cornelius.
Aye.
Joey Jarvis.
Aye.
Mayor Crawford.
Aye.
Mayor Holman.
Aye.
Councilor Jackson.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have 6 regular items. First item is discussion and possible action on the approval of the minutes, February 19th, 2020 regular meeting. Did anyone have any additions or corrections or any of those things? No? Can I get a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, that was Mayor Holman.
Second.
Okay, and we have a second. Roll call, please, Bertha.
Yes, Mayor Holman. Mayor Holman.
Aye.
Councilor Cornelius.
Aye.
Mayor Crawford.
Aye.
Councilor Jackson.
Aye.
Joey Jarvis.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 2 is discussion and possible action on election of officers, chairperson, vice chairperson, secretary, treasurer. Would you let us know who is filling those positions currently, Bertha?
Yes, we have you as chair, and then Mayor Williams was vice chair, and then I was the secretary.
Okay, did everybody get that?
We can't hear.
Okay, she's got her mask on and it's so hard, but I have been acting as the chairperson for a while. Mayor Williamson was the vice chair. The secretary treasurer was, those functions were performed by Bertha on taking the minutes. So what we need is some discussion and possible action, and it's perfectly customary for if you want to switch from Ruidoso being the chair this year to Ruidoso Downs, we're up for that. You know, it's whatever you want to do, but if you want me to continue on, I'm fine with that too. I just, whatever you guys want to do, I think I'm speaking for Ruidoso, but I think that we're all okay with that. So whatever you guys want to do.
Yes, Mayor Crawford, may I have the floor?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
I will make a motion to select Mayor Lynn Crawford to act as chairman.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. Roll call, please, Bertha.
Yes. Mayor Holman.
Aye.
Councilor Cornelius.
Aye.
Mayor Crawford.
Aye.
Councilor Jackson.
Aye.
Joey Jarvis.
Aye.
Okay. And I guess to follow suit that this is a good chance for, it's a big learning curve on this one. It's a lot of hurry up and wait, I can assure you. But I would like to nominate Mayor Holman and Bertha Santos as secretary treasurer.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Can I get a roll call, please, ma'am? Aye.
Counselor Cornelius,
Aye.
Mayor Holman,
Aye.
Counselor Jackson,
Aye.
Joey Jarvis.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, moving right along. Thank you, Mayor, for doing that, and we'll, anything that you need. Joey's very adept at knowing all this stuff, so you've got a good teacher right there. And we'll move on from that. Anyway, item number 3 is discussion and possible action on adoption of Resolution 2020-03, a resolution adopting the fiscal year 2021, July 1, 2020 through June 30th, 2021 for the Regional Wastewater Treatment Plant Joint Use Board, RWWTP JUB budget. Judy?
Good morning, everybody. In front of you is a resolution to adopt next year's budget. Overall, in total, the expenditures for the
That's her, Jeff.
joint use board is a
She's
little
hearing
bit
us
down
doing
from
that.
current year. However, total personnel was at 886,971. Now we know this number will go up because we finally got our renewal with Blue Cross Blue Shield. And they did respond with a 10% increase. Reflected in these numbers is only a 3% increase, so there will be some change. However, it will come back to the JUB committee sometime in July for that change. Otherwise, supplies and services will stay the same. Supplies are currently
Hey, Judy. Judy. Time out. We can't understand a word you're saying. I can't. Can you and the Downs understand her?
Yes, it's fine. It's okay.
Okay, it's us.
Mayor Crawford, it's your guys' connection there, because we can all hear each other fine through Zoom. It's your guys' connection is the
That is
issue.
just stupid.
Let me go to the other conference room.
I think it's this stupid microphone.
Yeah, I can't hear the mayor either, just to let you guys know.
Maybe she can come in here, Jeffrey can speak up.
Oh, yeah, but
Yeah.
still didn't do us any good, because the rest of us can't be heard.
She'll come in.
Yeah. Yeah, keep coming in.
I don't want the public to think you're Counselor Butterman today.
When it starts losing charge, it goes away. But it's plugged in, isn't it?
Yeah.
So. Testing. Can anybody hear me okay? Nope, still no hearing.
Not really, you're breaking up pretty.
It's very garbled.
Yep.
Try it now.
Can you hear me now?
Removed.
How about now?
A little bit better.
It's a little bit better. Downs, is it any better?
No, it got worse right there.
It got worse right there.
Could be our bandwidth. Could be having a dip.
Would it help tell everybody to turn their computers off?
I don't know. Perhaps.
I'm sorry, everybody. This is.
We might have to just get off and rejoin this meeting with a fresh connection.
You're gonna reboot it. They're gonna reboot.
Everybody's gonna reboot.
He's gonna reboot.
I'm gonna get off and rejoin this meeting and see if our connection gets better.
So time out. Will they have to rejoin?
I don't believe so. I'm just gonna get off. I'm gonna get off and I'm gonna rejoin.
Okay, if anybody can understand me, we're gonna reboot it right quick and see if that helps our connection. Okay. I speak on this like I do when I'm trying to talk to somebody who speaks Spanish. I just get louder. Do you understand me now? Hey, Paso?
I mean, it really could be our bandwidth, because we didn't have that in the last meeting. And I'm close to getting you on too, Mr. Underwood, but
Mine went to some sort of thing of installing Zoom, and I think I've already installed Zoom.
right, I'm 1 second from getting you on there, once we get this.
All right, I'll leave it alone.
Hopefully this is
I
better.
don't mess with it anymore.
How we doing on our liquor license? You ever hear anything back?
Mhm.
And it's good to go?
Mm.
No? Oh, are you kidding me? She mad at us because of Lee County or because of?
Mm-mm.
Can you
They don't
hear us
have
now?
the page of the floor plan showing the package store in the pro
That's
shop.
impossible. They had to have it to approve it. So what do I need to do? Draw it out?
That's what I was calling about this morning, is if, I think Charlie Greener had the plans. I need a copy of those plans.
I'll
You
call
know what
him.
I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's
On
not
Coca-Cola line?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Call my brother, see if he has.
He didn't have them. I talked to him last time. He said.
Bob Williams has
Can
the
you hear us
original
now?
plans.
And we've got it on, we had it printed and it's,
I need it on small.
yeah, and we can send it via computer.
Okay.
Mr. Jarvis, can you hear us now?
So at the moment, we don't have an approved package store. How's that?
That's crazy.
I can hear you guys way better.
Okay, you can hear us better. Joey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Sounds good now.
Okay, it's better now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna have Judy start over on her presentation on her budget that she's gotten. Go ahead, Judy.
Okay, in front of you is the budget for fiscal year 2021. In this budget, total expenditures for the treatment plant were at 2.9 million, which is a little bit under current year budget. Included in this budget again is some personnel costs at 886,000. However, we know that amount is going to change because included in this budget is a 3% increase in health insurance. However, we've got our final renewal amount from Blue Cross Blue Shield, and it is going to be 10%. So there will be a little bit of change in the group insurance line item. However, everything else will change, will stay the same. In addition, any vacancies that were open are currently frozen, but I don't believe there was any treatment plant vacancies, right, Isaac?
No, not at the moment, but Steve is gonna retire after August. That will be the only vacancy after that.
And that, all those positions and his retirement are currently budgeted. So, the other numbers for supplies and services will remain the same. Overall, it's comparable to prior years. So at this point, if you have any questions, I would take them now.
Does anyone have any questions for Judy? It sounds like everything is all systems normal, just with the addition of the increase to health insurance for personnel, so that she'll have to make a modest adjustment there. Are there any other comments or questions? Okay. Need a motion to approve acceptance of the budget.
Mayor, I make that motion to approve the adoption of resolution 2020-03, a resolution adopting the fiscal year 2021 Regional Wastewater Plant Joint Use Board budget.
Second.
Okay, we have a second. Roll
I'll
call.
second.
Roll call, please, Miss Bertha.
Insert, Joey Jarvis,
Aye.
Counselor Cornelius,
Aye.
Mayor Crawford,
Aye.
Mayor Holman,
Aye.
Counselor Jackson.
Aye.
All right. Thank you very
Thank
much. Next, we will go on to the monthly report on the regional wastewater treatment plant. Isaac?
Good morning, Mayor and councilors, members of the board. We've been running really well out here. The flows have been really low for that last month. we're starting to see a big increase as of now, this week especially, and part of last week. We haven't had any kind of exceedances. We're still removing 99.5% of everything coming in. Our pH has been good. Our DOs have been good. We took fog samples as per Joey Jarvis. We did do one showing what the Downs is putting in, and you guys are putting very minute. I'm talking 5 milligrams per liter of fog, which is well below the 20 that we like to see it below. The Mountain Gods is at 61. I mean, Palmer Loop is at 31. Of course, the N isn't operational right now, but we still take them in those areas, and they're still pretty high. As per the whole village of Ruidoso, as you can see, the metering station at the Hollywood behind Dago Tires. With all the dilution factors, it's at 20.3, which isn't too bad. At the plant itself, and that's how you would figure out the Downs contribution. You would take the 25.6 at our facility minus the Hollywood station, and that's what the Downs put in, approximately 5.3. That's all I have for our month report, and I'll explain more things in the quarterly report. If you get any questions on any of that.
I don't believe so. So we can move on to item number 5. Give us the quarterly report.
As you can see, we've not had any kind of exceedances on total nitrogen or total phosphorus in the quarter. We've stayed in compliance with all the TMDLs with the MPDS permit. As far as our sludge removal, between the months of January 2020 and April 2020, we have removed 423 cubic yards of compost to Bordy Williams Field, as well as residents coming to pick it up. We currently have 235 metric tons of compost at the facility, which is well below our 290 metric ton limit. We do have money budgeted in the next schedule for Gandy Marley if we need to haul off to the landfill. Hopefully we don't, but that's always an option that we'd like to keep open just in case we get filled up. The next one is our filter cleans. Due to the coronavirus, we have not had a chance to do filter cleans this spring, unfortunately. We'll continue the filter cleans in the fall as the flows will drop after the summer months. But also with that note, we did see a lot of lower flows, so we didn't hammer the filters like we normally would, during this pandemic. So we're doing okay. LED replacements, we have replaced approximately 65% of all high discharge lighting with LEDs. The total replacement should be accomplished by the fall of 2020. As far as anything that has a substantial high discharge consumption. Filter purchases, we are getting ready to order another basin's worth of filters for the new fiscal year, putting us at 75% total filter replacement. These filter replacements are a vital need for the compliance of the MPDS permit. We're still running good, and I'm still trying to salvage whichever filters I possibly can as to not overspend on any kind of money, or just try to conserve on everything, because we just don't know what the future brings, or if you just never know. So we're just trying to be frugal with these filters and the replacement. We have, however, had electrical problems. As the plant ages, more and more electrical problems are appearing. VFDs, which are variable frequency drives, which run all of our pumps and motors out here, they're starting to go out on us, and it's just hard to get people in to come and help us troubleshoot them or to fix them or replace them. These units cost between $14,000 and $20,000 each, and I think that's going to be one of our main expenses in the years to come. Like I said, specialists are hard to find, and they charge a lot of money. I would like to go to a training sometime just to get how to troubleshoot them and to repair them ourselves. Because sometimes we're 2 months out with these people wanting to come in, and they can't come in. They're spread thin all over the state. Another thing we're finding right now is a lot of our valves underground are starting to deteriorate and not want to open or close. So that's what we're doing right now at the moment. Holes all over the facility.
So we just put it on.
Yep, and you take it off. We're not adding nothing. Hang on a minute, Isaac, we're having another issue. Can y'all hear him okay in the downs? It's us.
Skill the lawyer.
It's a solution to everything.
Yeah.
That's right. Works.
Can y'all hear us any better? Say something, Isaac.
Hello.
Okay. That's
Can you guys
better.
hear me?
Yes. Don't monkey with nothing. It's driving me nuts. Okay. So go,
Yeah, so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go pick up where you were mumbling earlier.
Is that all you heard the whole time was mumbling?
It's just Mr. Roboto stuff.
Okay, like I said, these electrical problems are going to be a big task in the future. We've been fighting all these valves and electrical problems with the last weeks. We're still fighting them as we speak right now. We're outside working on that. But we're also finding is that a lot of our pumps that are in our basins are starting to deteriorate, like the handles. So a lot of them we can't even pull up with a crane, and they're 22 feet deep. So as we speak, we're draining one of our trains to try to pull these pumps and motors out physically, since we can't use a crane. So we have to drain them, clean them completely out, and make it as safe as possible to climb in there and attach a chain to hoist them out. So that's what we're doing right now. We've been fighting that for the past month or so. So that's pretty much all I have. Any questions? But as far as everything goes, we're still meeting. We're in compliance, and we're not violating, and we're keeping it going. We're not hurting at the moment. Yes, Councilor Jackson.
Oh, Mr. Chairman, I need two things. Where am I going to be able to do the specialty certification and training? And secondly, as regards safety, what would be the remedy for not crawling into those pits and chaining that equipment by hand? It seems to me like that's a risk for everybody.
It is a risk, but unfortunately, that's just what it's what comes with the job, and we are removing as much solids as we can out of them by washing it out, and we do have air meters that way that we can keep it safe. We do have our harnesses and lanyards that we can connect to a crane to just for safety to go all the way down and hook it all up. We're taking every precaution possible, and if we don't feel safe at doing it, we're not going to do it. Like I say, this is kind of new territory for us because we've never drained the outside basins, and they're huge. They're millions of gallons inside of them, and so it's taking a while to even drain them out. And there's accumulation of sludge in there, and that's going to take. It might even go into next week, but with these flows that we're going to probably receive this weekend, we're going to button everything back up and start fresh, possibly in 2 weeks from now, just to try to keep things safe and not be rushed in any kind of way. And as far as that training goes, unfortunately, it's in Chicago, and that's for the VFDs. And until there's interstate travel, we won't even look at that. And even until this pandemic is hopefully, eased up some. We got a few of them fixed already, so we're not hurting too bad. But that's just something in the future we'd like to do.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
How many VFDs do we have?
There's about 30 of them.
3?
30 of them.
30 of them.
Yes, sir. They're between $14,000 to $20,000. There's some that are small and some that are big. And even with those power glitches that I explained at the last JUB meeting, a lot of that is deteriorating. A lot of them. We've isolated a lot of the power glitches to some of our equipment out here that was causing them. Otero did do a good job on their side, and they did fix a few problems that they found. So that was a big plus on their end. They did come through and fix a lot of their issues that they had. The glitches that we're experiencing now, which are far and few in between now, are our equipment, which is it's just aging and with them starting and stopping, it's hard on all the wire connections, so it's burning them out. And and just and it's hard to identify these problems without the proper equipment or the training. And like these guys that are specialists, they're, like I say, they're spread out between the New Mexico, when there's only 2 of them that I know of that can even do it. But we're okay for now, but it's something that I'd like to get myself and maybe a few of my guys trained on in the future.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions of Isaac? Okay, so on the sludge, you said that you were able to, we were depositing it still over at Bordy's place. And are you still hauling it down to the dog park for people to, are you still making it available for people to pick up?
We are definitely making it available for people. It's still considered Class B sludge, which I don't like, but it has very trace minute amount of E. coli, which are the things that I would be concerned about. The only reason we're not meeting it is because we can't meet the 75% moisture content, which is pretty much like dirt, like powder. It's still kind of a little bit wet and moist, and it's just really hard with this climate up here to try to get it to 75%. But we're still making every effort that we possibly can to get it to that 75%. But as far as any kind of harmful bacteria in it, it is trace amounts. We're allowed 500 fecal coliform units per 1 dry gram of sludge, which is very little, and we have way below that. I'm talking 3 or 5 coliform forming units when we're allowed 500. So it's extremely clean. It doesn't have the Class A stamp on it, which makes it perfect for Bordy Williams Field at the moment.
Okay. Any other comments, questions? Okay. Now we'll move on to the sewer audit connection.
Hi, Chairman Crawford and the members of the board. The Village of Ruidoso has had a total of 196 confirmed connections out of the 200 required connections completed as of May 1st, 2020. We are also in the process of doing sewer line extension on Mockingbird. And if Adam or Eric could chime in on kind of the process that's going on up there.
Adam?
Morning, members of the board. Michael MP Chavez is actually doing the extension as we speak. He's got 2 manholes in the ground, and he's hoping to set the 3rd one today. Total connections for that project is going to be right at 11 for this part of the project, but that extension is going to go way up in Pine Cliff, so we'll be able to get a lot more people on.
Okay. Are you driving and performing in this JUB meeting at the same time?
What?
Are you driving and in the meeting at the same time?
I am.
Okay, I hope somebody else is steering that sucker. All right. Thank you. Any other questions on the regional plan? On the sewer hookup plan? So where does that put us, Adam, on the total hookups? Aren't we close to reaching it? Haven't we? 4 more?
And he's getting 11.
And you're getting 11. Okay, so we will be at our agreed to hookups.
With the 11 that we have, we'll be at about 207.
Okay, awesome.
And our agreement included.
Mayor Crawford.
Okay. Yes, sir.
This is Eric Boyd, Watershed and Water Rights Director. That total doesn't include the amount that the Downs is connected, and I think Joey Jarvis had said there's 30 some connections, I believe, that would also count towards that. So we've already exceeded the permit requirements. This is all just above and beyond that.
Yes, thank you. That's what Councilor Cornelius had just reminded me of. Okay. So that's good work that we've got that done so we can meet our EPAs, and then hopefully soon we'll be hearing more on the EAs and all that on the sewer line project. Anything else on the sewer audit connection, Ashley?
That is it.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions or comments on that? No? Okay. We'll move on to reports from board members. Counselor Jackson, do you have anything to ask or question or bring up?
No, Mr. Chairman, I pass.
Okay. How about you, Counselor Cornelius?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay, I'm calling on all the old dogs here first. Joey Jarvis, you've been around a while. Do you have any questions or comments? Are you there, Joey?
Hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Mayor Crawford, when is the JUB's Finance Committee gonna meet again? You have any idea? Because we haven't had a meeting with the Finance Committee in quite a while.
I don't know. I can step out for a minute and go ask her.
No, if you would you can
John,
just have Judy let me know.
Okay, yeah, John, she's in her office. John's going to step out and ask her when we'll have a finance meeting. That's a good point.
Yeah, I just want to keep my finance people up to date a little better than I do myself. So
sure,
that's all I have.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The only thing that she talked about earlier was on that budget that everything else will be pretty much the same, except for the increase in the health insurance. And so I'm not sure what else she'll have.
I think everybody's going to have that same issue, that increase on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Glad to see that the budget was about the same too, not a huge increase or anything. So
correct.
Kudos to Isaac.
Okay. Mayor Holman, did you have any questions or comments?
No, thank you.
Okay. So hopefully soon, here comes Judy right now. They were wanting to know about when we were going to have a finance meeting on
We
the.
usually have them the month after the quarter end.
The month after the quarter end, Joey?
Okay.
So as soon as we get that date, we'll pass it on to you so you have plenty of notice.
If I can get Mayor
Holman's
email address, Joey, that way the invite will go to him direct.
Do you hear that, Joey? She's going to send an invitation to the mayor's email direct and yours. Okay, we lost the signal.
I'll give her Joy.
Okay.
And get it all straightened out.
Okay, she said that she would get, Judy said she would get with you, Joey, and we will get it all squared away. Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Mayor Holman passed, and so I don't really have anything except for next time we'll get an update on the sewer line project. Maybe we'll have all the historicals and the EAs and everything completed at that time, I hope. I know that Councilor Cornelius said I was dreaming, but yeah, I have been for some time. So we don't have anything in closed session. So at this time, go ahead.
I have one question.
Wait a minute, go ahead.
Where we at on the Jim Good and the UAA thing?
On the Jim Good and the UAA, we haven't had a report on that.
Right.
So what I'll do is I'll reach out to Jim Good. Joey, you might fill Dean in on some of those details on that UAA, what all that's about, and just how important that is. And then I will get a hold of Jim Good and we will find out what progress. It just has to do with a bunch of lawsuits back and forth, Mayor Holman. But it's very important. It's how the EPA grades our nutrients that we're able to put back in the river, things like dissolved oxygen and things like that. And So we'll get a report on the UAA and find out if we're still in contention from cold water to cool water and all those different things. So,
Mayor Crawford is going to interject.
I'm sorry, somebody say something?
Yes, Eric Boyda.
Okay, go ahead, Boyda.
So we are still waiting for the notice to proceed from the JUB for Jim Good to start the UAA process again. So we've awarded the contract, but we haven't issued the notice to proceed yet. And we were waiting for the advancement of the appeal process that Steve Sugarman had initiated.
Yes, Underwood's here. He's got a report on it too.
So, Attorney Sugarman has asked for I believe and Zach, correct me if I'm wrong, either a 3 or 6 month delay in filing his response to our brief due to the fact that he is stuck in British Columbia without internet, and I believe that request has been granted.
So we're gonna be on hold on the lawsuit, everything.
Basically, to a large extent, much of the legal process is on hold.
Okay. All right. Did everybody get that? Okay, we're on hold and for up to 6 months. And so if something comes available, we'll report back on it. All right. Is there any other comments? I have none. We have another meeting coming up shortly. Did you have something, Dean? Nope. Okay. No further business for the JUB board meeting. We'll call this meeting adjourned. Thank you, guys. Sorry for all the problems.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's all your fault.
I know. I can't stand this. I'm telling you, I need to pick an attitude adjustment like nobody's business.
I can tell you're a little low.
I'm just wound up.